What's going on, everybody? FYB presents Wise Word Wednesdays, a quick live stream to help you get closer to accomplishing your dreams. I'm your host, Joe Spider, and I do represent the fresh. Listen, I want to say thank you to each and every person who's taken time out of their Wednesday evening to watch this show, whether you're watching on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch Live, or Instagram Live. I want to say thank you for taking that time. Or even if you're watching the recorded version, I still appreciate you. You could be doing anything with your time, but you choosing to spend it here with myself and the guests that I choose to have on this show. So let me give you applause real quick. You know what I'm saying? Applause to y'all for doing that. Thank you very, very much. I also want to say, if you haven't already done so, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the Wise Word Wednesday YouTube channel. The link is in my IG bio. You're more than welcome to go on to that. But you can also just go onto YouTube channel, type in Wise Word Wednesdays, select the subscribe button so that way you can get a notification whenever we're going live with some of these cool shows. This month has been probably the busiest month that I've had in a while. This is my third live show this month, so I'm super excited about it and making sure that we can get some dope and amazing content to you with some dope and amazing people. Today, we got a really, really cool show tonight. I'm super excited about this particular show. I want to say thank you to those that are watching on Instagram Live. If you're watching on Instagram Live, consider going over to the YouTube Live link. And shout out to Leandro 226 for posting the link in the chat, or in the Instagram chat right there. But if you consider going over to our YouTube Live link, and the reason I say that is because the comments that you post on YouTube, one, it helps out with the algorithm, right? It allows YouTube and other people to see it, to show that there is engagement there. So it also sends it out to other people. But not only that, it also allows our guests that we have on the show, they can actually see your comments as well. So it helps it be more engaging. So that way I'm not always like interrupting the conversation, like, oh, let me acknowledge a comment that's on Instagram, because they can't, my guests can't see the Instagram comments. So consider going over from Instagram to YouTube just to hit the like button, just to be able to comment in there. But at the same time, no matter how you're watching it, I'm still appreciative. I still want to say thank you. Tonight's episode is we're going to have a real talk about adult filmmaking, right? And that process. I have somebody that I've known for over 10 years now. And I'm super excited to have this guest on. She, made a decision to go into the adult filmmaking industry. I want to say it was almost like 8 years ago, almost, something like that. And I remember like watching her transition and how she made that move. And she's going to talk a little bit about her experiences in that. And it's going to be a really dope and authentic conversation. But I want to say this is definitely somebody who I've known for a minute, and I will say it's one of the realest out there. You know what I mean? Like just in our communication, she's been super busy. You know what I mean? I've been trying to get this show going for a minute, but she's always been like open to doing it. You know what I mean? It was just, her scheduling conflicts and stuff, and my scheduling conflicts and things like that. But I'm super excited because she's been putting in work over the years, generating content in a variety of different ways. She even be doing skits like on social media. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage my homegirl, NyNy Lew. What's popping?
Hey, what's popping? What's going on?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How are you feeling?
I'm good, man. I definitely, again, appreciate you. I know I told you before the show, but I appreciate you taking the time to do this. We've been connecting about trying to do this for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And we had to, postpone for a couple of different times. But I think one time we were supposed to do it, but then you scheduled like the day after your birthday or something like that. So he was like, I'm too lit. I'm like, oh, it's all good. I didn't even realize that. Like, day going hard, I would have told you, hey, nah, you gotta pick a different day. But
I can't believe I be doing that. My ADHD, I'd be like, book it, forgetting I got a whole ass birthday.
Right, all turned up and everything. So
like my friends ain't gonna get me lit.
Man, straight up, man. Real talk. Whenever I'm linking with people that I've known for a long time, I always like to go back to like some old school memories. And I remember this one time, you were still living in the Bay, and I was down. I'm like, man, I need a ride. Like, I need a ride to go grab my car. My car was in the shop, and I ended up hitting you like, look. I know we ain't talked in a minute, but can you come swoop me? I got some cheddar for you. Can you just swoop me to go grab my car? And you instantly reply like, bet, easy. Like you was I think we had talked in a couple of months, but you still was like, oh, it's cool. Like I'll come swoop you. And I just appreciate you being like super genuine, you know what I mean, at that time. So you to me, like you've always just been one of the realest, and you've never like, even I know you getting famous now, you ain't never treated me like I'm too famous to be able to still be the real authentic Nye. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. That's cool that you remember that. I'm still that person, by the way. Like, I'm still like there for my friends. And, sometimes I probably wear myself too thin sometimes, but I'm still that person. I haven't
Yeah.
changed at all. If anything, I'm I'm finally like, having boundaries and standing on business when it comes to that now. So that's the
Mm,
only thing that changed, and knowing my limits and stuff like that. I'm still playing off for that because it's not something I practiced my entire life. So this is like a new thing for me, and it's getting better and better every year. But yeah, and like, oh yeah, another thing I want to say too about being too famous, like I'm never too famous. I'm not
hmm
better than anybody. Nobody's better than me. Everybody picked what they wanted to do for a living or for a hobby or whatever. And you're still a person at the end of the day. If somebody needs CPR, I'm about to give them CPR.
Yeah.
Like, I'm certified. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, I still, like, I don't dehumanize people. It doesn't matter what line of work that they are in, I just never resort to that. That's very weak minded. But yeah.
Nah, I appreciate that. And I will say, like, you've always remained that authentic person to me. I can't speak for nobody else, but and I don't know if it's just like being from the Bay, right? Like having like you're like in the Bay, like everybody kind of you're always like 1 degree of separation from somebody superstar. You know what I mean? Like you always one person knows somebody who's super famous. You know what I'm saying? I think
Right, right.
like I think just I've been blessed enough to be authentically myself and have enough people who have hit that level of fame or stardom that like they still, I don't know if it's just our energy or what, but they still treat me as if I'm just like the same homie that they've known for growing up and stuff like that. So I also can attest. Yeah, you've like I said, you've never like been acted too famous for me. Whenever I hit you, every time, it doesn't matter what the reason is. Every time I've hit you, you've always been like, "Oh, what's up? What you need? Like, what's going?" Like, you know what I'm saying? And down to help.
Hmm.
So I can
Yeah,
attest to
I'm
that.
like that with main people. As long as they're not being weird about it, you're very respectful, anything like and everything like that. Like as if, you know, I
Yeah.
wasn't doing what I was doing now. Some people do like feel some type of way because maybe I don't answer their phone calls as much or messaging them back on Facebook and things like that. I almost thought about deleting my Facebook because it's like people are like, oh, you too famous to reply. Like, no, it's just you being weird.
Mm,
Like it'll be different. You just say, "Hey, what's up? Long time no see or long time no talk." I'll just happen in. I reply to messages like that, but when then you start being weird, and then when I finally open your messages, it's a bunch of conversations that you're having with yourself. Hey, hello,
the good
damn girl.
morning.
You're like, what? Like what? And then you want to curse me out, like, bro, I got so many platforms I gotta fucking run. Like, Facebook is the least of my worries. I tap in with y'all because I want to tap in with y'all. Like, it gets weird like that. I'm never too famous. Just don't be weird. Just be normal. And if I don't see your comment, I don't see your comments. And if, hey, we used to fuck and we don't fuck no more, hey, I don't owe you no coochie. Like, I don't, because you had some then doesn't mean I owe you some now. Like, what?
Right. Right.
Like,
Right.
you feeling like I just owe them like a date, a phone number because I went to school with them in high school, college, work with them or anything like that. They just feel like, hey, man, you acting different. It's like, bro, we haven't talked in so long. And
Yeah.
then when I started doing that, like you wasn't even really around. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Right.
So I don't owe you that. Like if I reply when I can, I can if you're not being weird. But That's the only thing I be getting those too. And it's like, man, y'all got me fucked up because I'm a real ass nigga for real.
Hmm.
Like, don't play me. Like, come correct. I'm still Nye. You gonna see that I'm still here, but don't come at me like some on some weird shit.
That's facts.
Yeah.
I feel it. I want to touch on something you said. You kind of glossed over a little bit when you first came up, or came when I brought you on the show. You kind of glossed over. I just want to kind of dive into that just a little bit if you don't mind. But you said you starting to learn how to like more stand on business with yourself and speak up for yourself. Could you just tell me? It may be related to what you do or it may not. I don't know. But just tell me a little bit more what you meant by that because I didn't want to gloss
Mhm.
over that.
Yeah. I just like I was never really taught to have strong boundaries.
Hmm.
And so like I had those issues before I got into the industry. I let people walk over me, use me, overextend myself, put myself in compromising positions for other people just so they can be okay, like dumb shit like that. Like
Hmm.
I don't do dumb shit like that no more. Like I still help people and it may seem a little dumb to some people, but it's like I know my limits.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm always been good at communicating and speaking up for myself. But like when I was younger, in my 20s, I probably was a little hyphy. Maybe not a little hyphy. I was because I found my mouth. Because hey, you gonna talk about mothers? Like man, start
Mm.
talking. I got myself in some fights because of my mouth. But I still got a mouth though. But it's like now I'm a little bit older. I don't try to pop off too much, but sometimes people really just be like, "Hey, I'm human. I'm just a person." And yeah,
Okay. I definitely respect that, and hope you continue to advocate for yourself, right, and stand on business for yourself because you only got one body, right, like one person,
right.
one mind. So it's important to do the best that you can to look out for you because if you don't look out for you, then who will? You know what I mean? So keep that in mind
Yeah.
as you moving forward. But let's talk about your, your experience, right? Being an adult filmmaker. I think like I think you started like around, what is it, 2017, 2018, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the exact time, but I do remember you was like announcing like, hey, I've decided to go into this kind of, I've decided to go into making adult films. Like what
Mm.
was it around 2017 or something like that, 2018?
One of those I can't really recall, but it's been
Okay.
like 7 years total.
Okay. Okay, so that's around that 2019, something like that. Cool, cool.
It
So
was before the
what
pandemic.
yeah, I know it was for sure before the pandemic.
Hmm.
We'll talk about that transition because there was at one point you kind of went to the OnlyFans models, not model, but the OnlyFans way of doing content as well too. And we'll talk about that because I think that's important. But tell me about what made you decide to make that transition from just kind of working a general 9 to 5 to I mean, to going into adult filmmaking, and what was that like?
Now that's a huge ass. Well, we're missing a gap, so I'm gonna talk about the gap.
Okay.
Um, I was doing like deliveries for like Postmates and shit like that, and in the Bay, it's be really busy. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
me living in Vallejo, crossing a bridge every day just to make
I know
like
that life.
600 to 1,200 a week wasn't cutting it.
Yeah.
It was a really rough time for real. So, my best friend at the time was sick or whatever. She had like kidney infections in both her kidneys. So, I wanted to be close to her and things was getting kind of crowded at my dad's house. I was like, fuck it, I'm about to go to Vegas. Only $600. But I had a whip though. Let's pay my
Hey,
car
you
notes
had
on time.
had
I
the
had a whip
whip.
at $600. And when I made it there and I bumped to a lot of bullshit, man. And then like my friend was telling me like you can make like 300, $600 a day doing Postmates. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's better than being in the Bay. I'm out of here. And I
Right.
get to be close to you. Fuck it. But that shit was not it. Man, I was making like $72 a day. I was like, oh
Wait, what?
no,
You got
bro.
tricked, you got shamed.
I'm like,
Oh.
I'm going this area, man. Vegas streets is weird as fuck. So I'm used to driving through the Bay. I was getting pissed. The GPS was trash, sending me to the middle of nowhere. I'm like, fuck this shit. So I was like, I'm about to go to the strip club. Yeah, I went to the strip club. I got hired at Spearmint Rhino, Suicide Mission. Like I ain't danced in years. I danced before, but after I had my son, I stopped dancing or whatever like that. Squared up, got some regular jobs and shit like that. And when when you make fast money, and just even being in the strip club, like this 9 to 5 ain't hitting it when you know how much money you can really make for real. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck this. And I ain't gonna lie, that was the best decision I made. Cause man, I was not gonna make it with that $72 a day. Like, bro,
Yeah.
where? So got my money up, got me and my son in the spot, and then shit, I've been dancing
Mm-hmm.
and for a while. And so I always been an art model though. So
So wait,
like
real quick. But when you were dancing, like, what was the money like? Was it? I mean,
way
obviously, it was
better
better
than
than.
now.
Okay. Okay.
That's for sure. There's no comparison.
Okay.
Like the further we go back, the more money that was made and
Oh wow.
easy to be made at that. Not that
Okay.
people ain't getting that. Not saying that.
Right.
But it was so much easier to just bitches hitting for 25K each night.
Mm-hmm.
We going back before 2012. That was the best time to be dancing or being
Yeah.
any line of sex work, period.
Okay.
Especially in Vegas. So that is long gone. Oh man, that sucks ass. Cause if that money was around this time, ooh, man, girls would be too cold right now. We would be running it
Really?
stupid hard. Like if that type of money was down this time, easy like that, oh my god.
Man.
Like it was
Okay.
super easy. Um, but yeah, so I always been an artistic model, so I did like artistic nudes, artsy stuff, like I don't know if you remember that. I was posting that on my Instagram. I was
Yeah.
like an
I remember.
Instagram model, if you want to call it. But I was an Instagram model before Instagram existed.
Yeah. Yeah. You was
I
doing
just
your
started
thing.
posting my shit. A lot of us were, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Some girls do turn into Instagram models. That's what they call it. But hey, I'm not mad if somebody called me that, whatever. But one photographer was like, "What do you do with these photos?" I'm like, "I just collect them and use it for my portfolio, or whatever, and get more paid shoots." And he's like, "Why don't you just sell them? You don't have an OnlyFans?" I was like, "No, I don't have an OnlyFans." Tell me why this dude had me sign a fucking. We were supposed to do a trade for print, and he had me sign this paperwork, and he sold my pictures on his OnlyFans. I didn't get anything.
Oh wow. And
He
what
from
what
the Bay
around what
too,
time
and
in
we
the when,
fell
when was
out
this?
all over Instagram. I made it messy. See, I was young. I was younger then. I was popping off. I was going off. I'm like, this motherfucker did this, posting the screenshots, him being unprofessional and some no
Oh,
shit.
you
And I
you
was,
pulled that one,
yeah,
huh?
we
You
was going
said,
back and forth,
I'm gonna
blocked each
expose
other.
you.
Like, yeah, man, bro. Only way bro can't make it up for real. It's like, hey, I ain't coming for you. You ain't come for me. We would just never fucking work with each other. And that's
Mm,
it. You feel
okay.
me? I took my
Mhm.
L, nigga. I don't even look like that no more. So you can have them pictures. What?
Yeah.
Do I give a fuck about them pictures?
All right.
I
All right.
was
And
hot
wait,
then
what year
though.
was this though? Nah, what year was this? Was this
Probably
20? Was this
20,
pandemic time or no?
18, 19.
Okay, so he was on OnlyFans way before it really got popping like that. Okay. Oh wow. So I
Yeah,
know I
when
know
it
he was
actually
making
was
some
popping
dough off
though.
them for sure. Cause right now, like OnlyFans kind of blew up during the pandemic, but I know if he had it on back then, he was making some paper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got me.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so then I started like, posting my uncensored photos. I was dating a photographer as well. So he took a lot of my pictures. So I started off my OF with high quality photos already. Like I
Okay.
had access to that in videos as well. So I mean some of them were kind of whatever in the beginning, but you know. And then one day I seen this girl, Andrea, Jason Love's wife, and Jason Love, they both posted screenshots of how much they made. And I was like, I showed my boyfriend. I was like, "Babe, look at this." I seen his page. I'm like, if she making 50K a month and he making 50K a month. They making 100K a month together as a
Uh,
married couple."
mm.
I said, "Oh." I said, "You know what? What if?" Hey, hear me out. Yeah, I'm already dancing. You already know about that shit. Yeah. what if we could make that money? I think, I mean, like, man, my Instagram was popping.
Mm.
My engagement was going crazy. I'm like, man, they
Yeah, now
dying to see
you
the
had a
uncensored.
big following, like even back in like 2016, like 2015, you had a huge. I think you still had
Yeah.
like 10,000 followers, and those are authentic followers too. It's not like how today's
Yeah.
time where like you can pay for followers or you got an algorithm that'll get you more followers or less followers. Like you had real 10,000 followers back in the day.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, like that's crazy. So, I just told him, I was like, I'm just gonna start with solos whenever I'm ready. And then I decided to do solos. Then shortly after, I was like, fuck that. We got to do a video together. We already had a conversation if I wanted. And he was on board with doing the videos with me, but he won't have a OF. He'll just be basically, they call it stunt dick. That's what we call it in our community. We call it a stunt dick.
Okay.
So he was my stunt dick. He had all the camera gear and the stuff like that. And he even invested in getting a GoPro, which was really cute. Like him, like being supportive. I appreciate that. And basically, I wanted me and him to just make hella money on OF together and travel the world and shoot in exotic places and
Mhm.
things like that and be able to take care of our kids. And like, why not? Like what? And he was like, yeah. So cool. That was great until I started blowing up on Twitter. Niggas started getting insecure and shit. Some
Uh-oh.
shit happened and made it even more insecure, even though he was cheating the whole time. But crazy, right? That's a crazy part though. And he just left when I started blowing up. But check this out. I got this crazy ass story. So this is when a pandemic hit. This when a bitch just didn't give a fuck at this point because I ain't gonna lie, the club was hitting before the pandemic, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Like bitches was averaging $1,000 or more a night.
Hold on, quick
Everybody.
question. Someone in the chat said, what is a stunt dick? They said that in the IG
Oh,
chat.
they must have came late because basically a stunt dick is basically a person who is not a content creator. They might be the person's boyfriend or husband that they're using for their OnlyFans videos, or a guy they fucking that just don't mind being in a video. You're a stunt dick. Most of these men are probably a spouse, so the money goes to the household. There is no payment to be made. They just use it for their
Like an
household.
extra. They're just an extra, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, to make money for their home.
Okay.
And then some of them, they do get paid. Some girls pay them. Some guys just wanna be on fucking camera, you know? So, it just
Okay.
depends. A stunt dick is basically a person who's not a content creator, but he has a dick and it's on camera and it's being filmed, but nobody knows who he is.
Okay. Cool. Cool. My bad. All right. Go back to your story now. You said it was coming in before the pandemic. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt your storytelling because you was on the road. But I just saw that
Oh,
come
yeah,
out.
money was coming in good or whatever like that, and so when the club shut down, I ain't gonna lie, I bought some camming girl stuff, I bought a Lush, things like that to do some camming stuff because I was like, "Fuck, that's gonna be my hustle," but I was like, "I got OF, so I have to go hard on this," so I was doing whatever to get the best quality footage I can to grow
Mhm.
my account and be consistent, like, that's all I had was that. Couldn't do nothing else.
So wait.
So I
So
was
let
like,
me ask
"Fuck
you
it."
this real quick. So during the time where you decided to start dancing again from 2018 or so, like how much would you say were you making annually during that time? Because it was before the pandemic. So how much
I
would you
don't
make
even know.
annually dancing?
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know
What if you
because
could
I
guesstimate?
know it wasn't popping like that for me. Like it was really hard for me because I was only using Instagram. I wasn't even on Twitter.
Mhm.
When I started using Twitter, things did start going up a little bit more
For you
faster.
dancing though, and I'm talking about dancing, not
Oh,
OF. I'm talking
dancing.
dancing. Yeah,
Oh, how about I say because oh, if I wasn't taking that serious, I was dancing. I was just posting my uncensored
yeah,
photos.
yeah. And I'm talking about how much was you making during when you was dancing during that time before the
Oh, I don't
pandemic?
know how much a year to be honest.
Was it like if you could guesstimate, like how like what was it like? We're talking about 50K, 10K.
I guess
Gotcha.
we'll never know.
Okay, gotcha. Good point. Okay. Um. Okay. So then you start to you say OnlyFans wasn't really popping like that. Um.
For
It wasn't
me,
popping for you at
because I
first.
wasn't really using it because I was in a club. I just
Yeah.
use it to put my uncensored photos and BTS of my nude photo shoots, and maybe I do some cute little oil or honey or some weird shit,
Hmm.
you know? But then before the strip club, I was still doing my videos. I was still doing my videos with my dude, before the pandemic. But after that, I just started going harder because I needed whatever, 'cause that's all I had. I'm
Yeah.
fucking door dashing and motherfucking doing OF.
Hmm.
Man, and I didn't DoorDash till later because I was just using the money I had from the strip club to survive off of. But shit, bitch, gotta do something. Can't just be spending money. like, like fuck, I gotta resort to fucking DoorDash. All
Yeah.
right, that's the only thing. Like, shit, you gonna risk
Yeah.
having COVID? I was scared of shit. I was sanitizing the fuck out of everything. I did not catch COVID
Hey, oh, hey, there you
during that
go.
time.
Okay.
I did not
Yeah.
catch it. I catch that shit after the world opened up.
I mean,
Retarded as fuck.
I mean, that's not it's nothing to laugh about because I hope it wasn't like the bad form of. I hope it wasn't too bad.
It
You
wasn't
could.
that bad for real. I was just
Okay.
sleepy as
Yeah,
fuck.
that's just it's just wild that like you was going out there every day, you know what I'm saying, doing DoorDash, but then you catch it when everything opens back up. That's crazy.
And way past like
Like you
way
call
down
like
the line.
2022, 23 type stuff as opposed to
Yeah.
all right, for
Like what
sure.
the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
This shit is 3 years out. What are we doing? No. Oh,
Okay.
for
Okay.
real. So I just started taking that more serious. And then when he broke up with me, he was living with me in my apartment and he moved out to move with his mom, whatever. He broke up with me. So that really left me to really go hard. He said he didn't want to do it anymore and that I should be shooting with people with bigger names and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but that wasn't the plan though.
Yeah.
Like I'm a Virgo. Like I make a plan. I like to stick to my plan unless there's something that fucks up everything and we gotta have a new plan. We gotta go a different way. We gotta do plan B or some shit. And I was not thinking no damn plan B. I thought we was really finna rock this shit out. Nope. Gone. So it forced me to be in the wilderness because that boy girl money does make more than solo money. For me, it was. So I was like, shit, I'm about to start collabing with people.
Yeah.
And then I never cared to went mainstream. And then I dated a mainstream porn star and he inspired me to go mainstream and extra money or whatever like that. So I was like, shit. Then I went mainstream.
Okay.
And
So
here we are.
tell me about like what is it like when you see your content like being put on a platform that you're not getting paid for? Like tell me about that process. Like have you had that? Have you seen that? Have you experienced that? Like
Oh
and
yeah, of course.
what was your perspective on that when you saw that?
Like somebody pretending to be me type shit.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah. I mean, it's weird. Like I know I got my issues. We all got our little things, right? But pretending to be someone is a different type of mental illness that I could just never even try to comprehend.
Mm,
Like it's so weird to me. But they do it though. And then some of them scam people and stuff like that. And it's like, hey, if you a fan of me, you would know like I have my Kanye West moments. If the page ain't having no Kanye West moments, it's not me running it.
yeah. Yeah.
Cause what I be crashing out.
Oh, I know. I be seeing. I be like,
I be
oh
crashing
man.
out on
Yeah.
Snapchat, be
Yeah.
crashing out
Wow.
on what? If it's no crashing out, man, it's probably fake. And you can't even fake crash out like me because I'm different. I'm from the Bay. Like,
Yeah.
ain't no
Now
way you can be able to
you'll
mimic
record
me.
yourself talking wild, or you'll do the mess. You know when you leave the letters, you start typing words on the. I'll be like, oh
I'll
yeah,
be getting
she
pissed.
going
I'm
in
like,
right
this is
now. She
weird.
going in.
Man, shit.
I understand. Now, what
No.
about like if you've seen like on a website where you've seen like some of the work that you've done? Have you ever seen it like on a website and they haven't been
Yeah,
paying
hell
you
yeah.
for it?
All the time. My shit go crazy.
Mm.
They on it, motherfuckers.
So like
But that
how?
takes time. That takes out time and hours out of my day where I have to
Mm,
do damage control and get that shit
okay.
taken down.
So
You
what is that
know,
like? Tell me that. Tell me that process.
time consuming.
Mm,
Time consuming.
okay.
Very. I mean, I don't have to do that much work because I do pay for um an agency or whatever that does automatic. They scan stuff, and I put certain keywords. Like if it's a new video I just put out, I'll put certain keywords or whatever, and they'll try to search it down. Or sometimes I just fucking take it down myself.
Mm,
I hit them. I direct hit them with my email. All the yeah, got a whole little thing typed up, and I already know they gotta comply. They gotta take it down, but you gotta do the footwork. That's tedious. It's like, damn, bruh. Like I spent all this time and effort to give you all quality stuff, and I need you to support me. That's not supporting me. Some
Mm,
some fans that do that, they think they're supporting some type of entitlement, like or bragging rights, like, oh, I got it first, so I'm gonna leak it or whatever like that. And it's like you're not helping us by doing that though. That takes money away from us. And like the site that I use to do my takedowns, it tells me an estimate how many copyright infringements were and how much money estimation that I'm losing. And when I see that number, I'm glad they took it off the front page because seeing that used to piss me off. I'm
mm,
like, okay, now I gotta sit here and do all of these DMCA takedowns.
yeah.
Like it's taking me away from my editing, so I can put more content out. I already got a hectic ass, busy, full schedule, full time. And it's like, damn, I gotta sit here and do this shit. That's fucked up. And it's funny because one of them, he had a certain name that matched the name that was buying hella videos for me, and he had the same username and had hella my shit up there. But I got all that shit down.
Mm.
So
So
I
if you
hit
could,
his ass up.
if
Bloop,
you could,
bloop, bloop.
if you
Take
could
that shit down.
estimate,
Take.
if you could estimate how much you think you've lost from people stealing your content, how much what would that number be as
Ooh.
far as financially? Like, what do you think the total loss is over all these people that have been stealing your content? And
No, no, I don't want to do that. Let's not do that. That's gonna make me upset. I'm ready. You
okay,
know what? I'm ready to do some takedowns right now.
understandable, understandable.
Oh,
Enough to make you go crazy. Basically, it's
yeah, yes. It's very upsetting. It's like, damn, I would like that in my pocket,
yeah.
but it's not. Like, damn. Sometimes it discourages me to not to do it anymore because it's like, or don't even care to even give quality because like, what's the point?
Mm.
I put all this effort if I gotta do this behind that, you know. That's yeah, it kinda fucks with my creativity sometimes. Like, okay, I'm just gonna do some whatever. When I'm really not that type of content creator for real.
Okay, and you said you edit your own videos, right?
Yep, I do everything.
Okay, so tell me about I want to kind of give people context in regards to time, right? That you spend. How long do you spend shooting? How long do you spend hitting up the other people that you're, you know what I'm saying, that you're collaborating with? How long do you spend editing, like on average, or maybe give me one project that you worked on. Like how long does it typically take you to do that?
The bigger the project, the longer it's gonna take. So you
Mm,
have like cosplay, or maybe you're you have a scene about being in the 70s or something like that. You might have a script. Those take longer. I expect if it's something like that, I expect to spend uh 3 to 8 hours, depending on how scripted it is. If
on
it's
set, you're
night,
talking about.
yes, on set total.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's not even including makeup and hair.
Mm,
Yeah, a browser scene is really long. It be like that. It be like 6 to 8 hours, sometimes longer, and you even have lunch. You have a lunch break. Browsers pay for it. They pay for everybody's lunch. Everybody orders what they want, and after a couple hours go by or whatever, everybody eats lunch, and then after that, everybody shoots and finish the scene.
wow. That's interesting. I didn't think that they would let scenes would go like that, but okay. So that's
Like,
interesting.
you guys have lunch? Yeah,
No,
it's a
well, no, it's
fucking job,
because
you morons. Duh, this is a job. Get out of fantasy world real quick.
no, I
We
get
are
obviously I get
we
that
are
it's a job.
actors. No, I'm
I
talking about
guess I
nothing about
didn't
you, but people like, damn,
no, I get it. I
we
get
as a
it. I get
people,
it. Hey, let me do my
we a
laughing.
people, we a people too. We a people.
Nah, that's real. That's real. I guess yeah, I never thought about it like just like a regular day-to-day
Yeah,
job,
we
right? Like
shooting
I
that
think it
damn long, especially if it's an ad scene. So many
that's
different takes and everything like that. So yeah.
that's a good point. That's a good so then how long would you spend editing?
So for my
something like that?
content, so yeah, so it depends. Like, so if it's not scripted or whatever like that, I expect to spend 2 hours max. Unless we do like some TikToks and reels as well before we shoot our scene, which I prefer to do because content is currency. People say content is king. I say content is currency because all
Ooh,
content is now money. Doesn't matter what type of content it is. So, um, yes, I like to do that. um Take some safe for work photos, all of that, get all the we can get out of our collaboration or whatever like that. Like, hey, you want to shoot a certain type of style reel or you have a skit, let's do it. I got an idea, okay, let's shoot each other shit. Let's not waste too much time because we got to shoot the scene, and then boom. But if we're not in a rush and we just flowing, that's how I like to work the best, because it's like when somebody is literally like, okay, let's get this, let's get that, I'm like, yeah, I like that shit
okay,
because it's fun.
okay.
It's fun.
So like, is there like a because I've seen you at a couple of
Editing
different.
takes Oh, my bad, sorry.
Oh, you go, you go. Go ahead.
Editing takes I 'cause I just realized I didn't answer that question. Editing takes it depends. If I'm editing a reel, since I've been editing for so long, I edit really fast. So if it's some simple shit, it could be really quick. I could be done in like, I don't know, 15 minutes, depending on what it is.
But
But
like,
if
I'm sorry, if
I
you did a
get too
shoot though,
into it,
like if
then
you
I
did an
might want to
actual,
tweak it more.
if you did an actual shoot though, like how long? Like, do you said
For
you
my
edit your own
collabs.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for like for 2 hours to 8 hours.
Okay.
It depends on how big the project is, not just for one video, but if we were doing like just different little quick little woo ups or whatever,
Mm,
then you can get a lot done if both people are on go on the same type of wavelength. You can knock out a lot of shit. It just depends. Cause not everybody can work like that, and not everybody has the same work ethic. And that's what I had to learn, that not everybody can batch shoot. So some people, you could just get one scene out of them and that's it.
okay. What about like, do you have to pay up front, or to do a collab, or is it like, hey, it's a mutual agreement? Like, hey, listen, we're gonna do this collab together, so we make money on the back end. Because like I know, like with music, right? Like if a label is gonna sign an artist or collaborate, like it'll be like, hey, listen, it's 20 bands for the feature. You know what I'm saying? I'll feature you on a song. It costs 20 bands, and then you could do whatever you want with the song. But then some people are like, no, listen, I'll give you 5 bands up front, and then we both can mutually collect the revenue that we make from the song if it decides to go, or platinum or anything like that. So what is it like when it comes to collaborating for these films?
It's kind of like the same thing, how you explained it. But the thing is, me, I feel like a collaboration for this type of world is like both brands have to align for it to be a collaboration, so it could be mutually beneficial and make sense to work with each other. And they both own the rights to the video and they break it down and distribute it how they see fit. Maybe not lower than certain amounts. I don't like people underselling me. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth because it makes me not want to work with you, because it's like I don't charge that much for real. So it's like for you to go that low for all this work, wow, that's crazy. Some people I don't even really double back on working with when they do that. I feel like that's bad business. It's
Mm,
unprofessional. Like, I understand, like, I feel like at least after a certain period of time, it should be priced a certain thing and then you can discount it or something. And they have contracts for that as well, though.
okay. So what is in regards to a person? Let's say if there was somebody who, um, they're looking to start in OnlyFans, like then OF. They're like, listen, I want to do OF. I want to, I'm looking to try to make a lot of money right now. And I feel like OF is where it's at. OF is where it's hitting at. One, you know, I know that OF really started to peak during the pandemic, and it's been on kind of like on a slat on a extreme decline since then, right? I would say since like 2022. Just the information that I've had. And I've never had an OF. I've never subscribed to it, but I've just based on the research that I've known. From your experience, would you say that to be true, or do you think that's a lie? OF is still crazy popping like it was during that time.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was crazy popping like it was during that time, no. But it's people still eating off of that for real.
Yeah.
To where when I meet creators or I collab with them or just even like talk to them, they're only on OnlyFans.
Okay.
That blows me because it's like OnlyFans, you have to work hella hard. You have to get the fans to come there. OnlyFans don't have their own algorithm like other sites do. Like, the hub, you can type in a certain thing and certain videos will come up. They have their own traffic. Um, I feel like people should be on other platforms because other platforms, they have their own algorithm, they have their own customers. So it's like it's so dumb to me to just be stuck on that because it's a popular name, it's a known name. When there's other ones that you can, if you have enough content to have at least 5 to 10 videos, shoot, sign up on those platforms. Keep a OF. Of course, you're gonna need it. I'm not saying don't get one, but why sign up for that one just starting when you can also sign up for other ones? That's gonna be a little bit much easier for you to get sales because they have an algorithm. You put the right keywords, you make your money. Like that make no sense. So it's like, yeah, OF is making money because it's popular. Yeah, but it ain't hitting the same, of course. But there's other platforms that is more beneficial.
Yeah, I feel that. So kind of like what you're saying is very similar to like it's like a person only being on Facebook, right? And trying to promote their material or stuff, right? When it's
Mhm.
like there's still Instagram, there's still Twitter, there's still, you know what I'm saying, Twitch, there's Snapchat, there's all these other types of, what I mean, platforms to be able to advertise your material at, not just Facebook. So it's like you got to expand. It's you basically saying it's the
Right.
same thing with content in the adult film industry.
Right. Right. No, for real. It's so much smarter to do it that way. I know it sounds overwhelming, but at least start with two and just work your way up little by little. Get to
Okay.
learn them. And once you feel comfortable enough to do what you think it's going to do for you for now, then add on another one, you know?
Okay. How did Twitter kind of help expand your your
Mm,
your your platform?
tremendously. The crazy thing about it is that the algorithm is not the same anymore. Elon and twisted some shit up, man. I
Yeah.
mean, he did some great things to Twitter or now X, but he also is like, damn, I miss the old Twitter. That algorithm go crazy. Like
Mm,
you didn't, man. What? I miss that algorithm. I mean, it's still good, but it's not the same. Same as TikTok. I was even hitting on that for a while too, and I wasn't even promoting my shit. I was literally just making funny ass shit and educating people on BDSM.
mm,
And I was clothed, you know what I mean? Covered up and shit. You might see a little, maybe a little cleavage, but shit, barely.
mhm,
And they was flagging me for wearing a button up. I said, "Oh no, y'all flagging me for wearing a button up." I was
mm.
like, "Y'all tripping." So then my algorithm started getting fucked up. So I don't really care to fuck with TikTok for real. I post in there whenever I feel like it.
Okay.
That
Okay.
platform was good too, but that algorithm is not as generous. It's still a good algorithm, but
Just not as good as Twitter.
hell no, nothing is actually.
Mm. So I'm not on. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really be on Twitter like that as much. I usually go on Twitter for like if I'm looking for like a specific sports time, like during a trade deadline, NFL trade deadline, or free agency. I'm looking at, what I'm saying, Sham Sharani or something like that. You feel me? Or Adam Scheffler. I don't really be on Twitter like that as much, so I don't know as much. Like I have a couple of friends obviously that I follow, and like if I see that something they post or something, it's cool. But I haven't been on it that much. But I know that you do have a large following, what I mean, on Twitter as well. Tell me about how, because I think I saw you you got a chance to do something with DDG. I think I saw um in that. Tell me about that. How'd you end up coming
Yeah.
across that and then getting featured in the show?
Oh, he just posted for auditions, and I just happened to be going to LA. So I was
Mm,
like, "Oh shit, let me do a little audition tape or whatever, send it to him." He hit me back. I was like, "Fuck, all right, I'm going." And they had a certain time that was during the award show. It was during Urban X. That's why I was in LA. And I'm like, "Fuck, I'm nominated. What if I win an award and I ain't there?" I
that's
told my
wild.
friend, I was like, "Hey, just get my award for me. You feel me? FaceTime me. Though. I don't even care if I'm at the audition. I be gonna be popping it. You know what?
No
I said,
doubt.
FaceTime me. I was like, if I get a fucking award, FaceTime me while you up there so I can be like, ah, I can flash my boobs at everybody.
And what was that? You said that's what kind of award ceremony was that?
It was Urban X Awards. It's like the BET Awards for our industry.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Got you.
But yes,
Urban.
I left that to do that, and I did it. That was funny. Now they was hella funny because they was kind of dry when they came in. A little, I may have been a little dry too, but I didn't feel like it. That's for sure. I was just motherfucking happy to be here. And DDG, he fine as fuck. I was like, yeah. What are you talking about? But yeah, when I turned around and started clapping them, man, I ain't never. I didn't even know Dashay. Did I say his name right? Sorry, I be pronouncing a lot of things wrong.
I
Dashay
don't know
Frost.
his name either. So
When he freaking slid like that, that shit was hilarious. I'm like, he
yeah.
is so funny. They are funny.
You ever
That
thought
was a
about like
good laugh.
you ever thought about doing like a streaming or something like that?
Yeah, I have. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it. I've been having different ideas and they're great, but I feel like it's not it yet. I'm just waiting, and I have to squeeze in my time as well. So it's already cramped up in here. So we gonna see.
Mm, okay. So
Don't
if and let
cramp
me
for
ask you this:
nothing.
if there's a person who, they're like I know I mentioned earlier, if they're looking to start into the adult film industry, they want to get started. What would be some of the pieces of advice that you would give them? I know you already shared to be on, don't just be on OnlyFans, right? Don't just be on OF and use that as your only source, right? Like be on different platforms. What other kind of advice would you give them? Because I know like one of the things always paid attention to your content that you've been posting and stuff like that is like one of the things you always talk about, and we kind of talked about this in the beginning of the show, like the people who are creeps, right? That's been kind of reaching out to you or hitting you up. Like what's some advice that you would give some young people? I know obviously you can't speak from the male perspective, but at least you can speak from the female perspective of what to kind of prepare for or look out for as they decide to go into this industry. And do you think that it's worth it? It's worth all that comes with it.
Okay, let's see. Um, if you got a government issued ID, a social security number, start a OF.
Okay.
And that's for everybody across the board. How do I get in the industry? Can you get me started? Sign up.
Mm,
Put that phone on a tripod. Get interesting with the angles. Get a fucking bright ass ring light to get you started. And just go up from there. You get comfortable with the camera. Just start shooting. Shoot some shit. If you shoot yourself, that's where it is because that's where your fans is gonna fuck with you, and then whoever you collaborate, they gonna fuck with you first versus who are you shooting with. Because then if you base it off on only the person you shoot with and not on yourself as a brand, it's like dang, you kind of undercutting yourself a little bit, and it gives you
mm,
more power, more connection with your fans. They see you slowly go into things. You don't want to start too extreme, but maybe you can't start extreme. Maybe that's your brand. I don't know. You just gotta try shit. Just try the fucking shit. If you got an issue ID, you got a social security number. Make a OnlyFans. It's that easy. That's what I did. And I
mm,
started trying shit.
mm.
And then hey, don't be weird too. Don't be
Yeah.
weird.
How do
If
you how
you
you how
know
do you
you
deal
a
with the weirdo?
weirdo and I feel like weirdos do know they weirdos because I had some conversation with some weirdos and I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't got no filter and I have zero
You
to
told them they
give.
was weirdos, didn't you? You told them they was
Yep,
weirdos.
dead
Yeah. I know.
ass.
I knew it. I knew
I
it.
was like,
I
you
was
being
like,
a
I know you said
weird man. What? I'm like, what's wrong? I check niggas in the industry like being weird. Like I
it.
clock
Yeah.
it and I actually talk to them because I'm trying to figure out why. And then they get on defense mode. I'm like, okay, well, such and such said that you did this and this and that. And then this person, I'm like, you know what? I had a kind of a similar experience. So I don't feel like they lying. He's like, yeah, because of this. I'm like, but who gives a fuck about that? this is the issue, you know? So it's like I have to really talk. I'm like, man, nigga, you better tighten up. You being unprofessional right now.
Yeah.
Nobody like be professional. People treat it like it's dating. They think with wherever their blood rushes to instead of thinking like there's people who's been established that you want to work with. This is their livelihood. They really eat off of this for real. Look at their content instead of looking at oh what turns you on. You know, like do your Brian aligns with that person right now or whatever or vice versa, like you worry about the wrong things and then you start saying babe and getting unprofessional, saying these pet names that some girls are not comfortable with. And
Mm,
now everybody is talking about you like because you now you're a weirdo on the street. Now
mm,
you made it to a list of weirdos. Damn,
okay.
it happens.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I think it's, it's unfortunate that there are people out there. But one thing I will say, just because I know you said this, you said like weirdos know they weird. I don't know. Some of the I don't know if that's true, dog. I'm
Okay,
sorry. I
okay.
don't know.
There's some self-aware weirdos,
Yeah,
and then
it's
there's
some of
some
them.
unaware weirdos.
Yeah, some because I'm
Some are
like some of
aware,
these
some ain't
stories,
aware.
there's no way, like some of the stories
Unaware.
I hear from, what I mean, from people, I'd be like, there's no way that has ever worked out for you before, like for a dude, you know what I'm saying, like, so, or just not just because there's some weird women out there too, but I'm just saying for in your case, I know it's mostly dudes that's probably reaching out to you, that's weird, but like I know some of the stories I hear, I'd be like, there's no way that a dude can genuinely say that that worked out for them, like they did this, and like oh, I followed her home and knocked on her door, and so she let me in, and then we just became a couple and we fell in love. Like that's never worked out for you before, so like why would you do that if you know that it's never worked out for you? You know what I'm saying? Like what? So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if all weirdos know that they weird. I think that some people just don't know, and they just be like, let me try this. You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't processed it, what it would look like in their head, or like what it would look like
Yeah.
if somebody wrote it out on paper in court. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or read it in court. Like, yo, this is bad. It's a bad look. I don't think people do that.
Not all of them. There's some self-aware weirdos, and then there's some unaware weirdos, you know?
Mhm. So how did
But I
so
talked to a
so
self-aware one. I
okay,
talked to a
okay.
couple of self-aware
And what
because
was their
maybe
response to it? Like
or maybe
after
I
you
made
called
them
them weirdo?
or maybe I woke them up because I'm the type of
You
nigga
gave them
that
a
ask
weirdo
that
epiphany,
question. Yeah, like, damn, that was weird, night.
the weirdo reckoning. That's crazy.
Oh, I'm like, no shit. So, because I asked them questions like, hey, don't you think that da, 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 you know that's probably from going to college doing going to school for human services and taking all these classes like I know how to ask the right questions now.
Mm.
Make you think. I'm like, oh,
What was their
okay.
response like when you did, like, hey, don't you think this is kind of weird? Like what was they saying?
They would actually agree.
Okay.
It's so weird. I'm like, I be making weirdo self-aware. But the thing that kills me though, right? I tell him about it and then he still does the same thing. Like, for example, this is one that sticks the most, which is not the worst, by the way.
Okay.
Uh, I was like, hey, bro, I'm like, I know you trying to get your name out there, but commenting underneath other female creator posts a lot comes off thirsty like a fan.
Well, wait,
It's
but
okay to like the engage and things like that, but don't come off fanned out. That's a turn off. It makes you look thirsty. And I feel like you make great content because I work with you. I don't want you to be looked at as a weirdo because that's what people think. I was giving advice on that because the way he was doing too much.
yeah, like you
It's
got to give
not
me an
like,
example because I'm thinking like, wouldn't you want like for example, like if I make a if I make a video like on let's just use Instagram. If I make, I do my Wise Word Wednesdays. If I make a Wise Word Wednesday, if somebody comments under every Wise Word Wednesday, or if they repost like I would think like, oh, that's dope. Like they really, they
oh
really
no,
got the
not that.
okay,
It's not the commenting. It's
okay.
what he's saying.
Okay, okay.
Like you
Gotcha.
will doing a little too much. It's okay to keep it flirty, keep it light, but
Okay,
when it starts, I can't. I wish I had the screenshots, but I don't know where that is. But eventually, I had to talk to him like 3 times. He tightened up.
okay.
He tightened up. Uh, And just some other things too, like,
Like, do you have an
yeah, he
example
listens.
of one of the things he might have said or somebody could say that would strike people as weird? Or
Um,
like kinda, you know what I mean? Like you doing too much as a creator?
I mean, there's a couple of them, I don't even know where to
I'm just trying to
start.
give like I wanna give people like the people who are checking it out, like, right? And, like an identifier, right? Or a reference point. You know what I'm saying? So like because again, we still don't know what kind of comment is inappropriate, right? Like is it like
That's
was
a
he
hard
saying like,
one.
hey, was he saying like call me up? Here's my number, like on under everybody's comments, or was he like what kind of comment? You
How
feel me?
extreme
Like
was he
is it
going? I
is
wish I
it
had the Oh man. It was like basically if you go to his like comments, a lot of his comments that popped up on his page was like, "Yes, beautiful. I would love to work with you," and da da da
uh,
da da da, and going on and on and on and on and on and on. And
oh, so he
I'm
was
like, "Well,
leaving
you
like
too detailed."
essays. Like he was leaving like long essays
Yeah,
and okay.
it's like 30 sentences, bro.
Oh yeah, he's wild.
It was
Okay.
a it was an extra. It's nothing wrong to say like sexy little, comment. It's not that. It was just he was a little. It was.
Got you. It was a little real intimate
I was like, "Are
sounding.
you embarrassing me?
Okay.
I'm too
Okay. Yeah.
thirsty."
That's crazy.
Especially like as girls that's higher up and like, bro, you look like a fan right now. Don't get fanned out. You sound like a fan because fans be commenting the weirdest stuff sometimes,
Yeah,
and
I've
I can't
seen
even think of it right now. But I'll be like, "You
no,
want to do
I've
what to
seen
me
some wild
now?"
comments. Yeah, I've seen some wild comments. Like to do that on a public platform is crazy. Like I've heard the stories about people telling me some wild stuff in their DMs. And I mean, even I've had like some wild stuff sometimes in my DMs, right? But like obviously, like doing content, like doing adult film content, you're gonna get some crazy people from time to time. Like, but still, some of the stuff I'd be like, bro, like you have a public page and you posted that comment publicly, and like you got a family. Like, what are you like? Why are you like posting this extreme comment like that? So I do know that like you probably get some wild stuff under your comments all the time. And two, I can't even imagine the kinds of stuff you getting in your DMs because I've seen you post about the crazy stuff that sometimes that people have sent you in your DMs. You'd be like, if you send me this, I'm blocking you. Like that's literally what you be posting on your stories. Sometimes I'll be cracking up.
Yeah, they be working my nerves. I be crashing
Mhm.
out. For real. Yeah.
I respect it though. I definitely, respect the fact that you still be, you know what I'm saying, fighting back and standing up for yourself. Is there something that do you have anything that you wish could have gone better for you? Now that you've had some experience in the game, and doing content, is there anything that maybe you wish you would have did differently or wish you would have had done better for you in the past when you first started?
Um, Not really. I feel like that was my journey and my process. Um, Done better. I don't know. Done better. Not sure. I think this is my journey, my process, and I'm thankful for it.
No doubt. Okay. I definitely respect that too. What was your highlight? The one time that in this journey, like that you can look back and be like, yo, that time, like that was when man, if I could live that again, I would love it. Like
Oh shit.
what's your highlight? It's all good. You still solid.
Okay. Um,
Like,
I
cause I feel
think
like
it was
in sports, right?
22, 23. I don't know if it's 2022 or 2023 or maybe all together. But when I just started getting noticing for my hard work in little ways, like getting nominated. My first nomination was from Nevada Cannabis Awards,
Okay.
and then after that, I got nominated for Urban X Awards, and
Let me go
then
to apply. Mhm.
a lot of nominations start coming out of nowhere, and like being the top viewed on Elegant Angel's site, like me, number one, like black girl me, like
Mm,
you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say, just saying the white girls be winning. I mean, all these bitches, little me, I just broke into mainstream. How am I number one, the most viewed on their site? Dope.
yeah.
And what's really cool about that one, it's called Big Booty Roomy, but it was black on black.
Mm,
And yeah, I know their fans that, you know, was messing with it, but my fans showed up for me, and my
yeah.
fans are dominantly black, and I do appreciate them showing up for me in mainstream like that. Um, it spoke volumes. So yeah, I think that was that moment when I just started getting all these recognitions. I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm doing this. We
Hmm.
doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So okay, let me ask you this, because now that you said that, it kind of brought up a whole nother range of questions. But I know I don't want to take up too much of your time. But like, what's it like? Obviously being a black adult content creator, right? Because there's like I said, the white girls be winning. Like, tell me about your experience being a black. Like, do you have like limits? Like, hey, I don't do interracial. I don't do this or that. Do you have restrictions? And tell me what it's like being a black content creator.
Um, Black girls is eating though. Black girls is
Mhm.
winning. I'm not saying that now,
Yeah.
you know. So, but hey, that's just how they have it set up in the adult industry. You know, they keep the same people in rotation at the top, and I can't even really be 100% mad at it because those people that they reuse are actually great performers. And
Mm,
that I can't take that from them because they are. They deserve to be where they are. And who knows how hard they have to work to get there. Some's may be quicker than others, but I think it's all about timing and knowing the right people. And maybe a few little sacrifices. You might have to go a little harder. Something got to give, to get
yeah.
that spot. Because you might be thinking you're working hard to be where you are, but there's somebody who's working hard too. Somebody's working hard to be where they are. So you're not the only one.
Yeah.
So it's easier for them because that's just how they got it set up. That's just how it is. Interracial is always gonna sell. That's it. That's just what it is. Um, but it depends on how you do your niche as a creator. Like me, I just started that way. Well, not really. I did, but I didn't. Yeah, because he was half black, half white, so you don't know what he was. But he was black. His daddy's black. His mom white. He half white. He black.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
that's.
What
But
about
I
what about
do
any
do
like any
interracial.
limitations? Like things you
Limitation.
won't do.
I ain't doing no throw up, no piss, no shit,
Yeah.
no. Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
like
heard there's people who go overseas to do stuff like that, and
get to
they
get doo
they
doo
make a
on.
bag. They make a bag. Yeah, I heard they made like some people can get like 20 bands for a scene like that, doing and get a bag, which is
Man,
crazy.
20K to get shitted on. Um,
Yeah, that's wild. That is just yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, to each their own, I
As
guess.
a Virgo, I would die. You might as well just bury me after that because I'm literally gonna have a heart attack and die. I cannot do it. Okay. Shit, I don't even like when my own shit touch me. So when I wipe my ass, "Ow!" I can't do that. Ugh.
This is the stuff you're gonna see if you follow her content. You know what I'm saying? This is what we talking
I
about
don't want
right
no
here.
shit. I
This
don't
is
want
what
no
we talking
shit.
about. You know, no doubt. Okay, man. So I always like to before I leave, I always like to ask my guests before we close out. If there's any wise words you would leave people with, in regards to either your life, your perspective, your experience, what you do, your adult filmmaking, any just wise words you think is important for people to know?
Um, Complacency is a disease, and
Mm,
you don't want to catch it.
mm,
And if you find yourself complacent, you better figure out how to cure that shit because you're gonna become stagnant. Um, and also, we are all people, so I don't know what it is in your little heart that makes you just so angry and puffed up and filled with malice that you have to troll people on the internet and call them all type of names, and you have all these stories of them that you think you know them. You are dehumanizing people. Yeah,
mm,
everybody is people. I people, you people. Why we fuck you people? You know? Don't do that. It's not good for your health. God don't like ugly, so don't be throwing stones and you got some sin going on. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Who is you? Hmm? Exactly. Because I don't think I'm better than nobody. I'm just happy to be here and doing what I like to do. And I encourage you to do the same thing too. And if it's not your cup of tea, don't sip it. But don't be talking shit because you drink Arizona.
mm. That was a bar. I'm not even gonna lie. That
Yeah,
was a bar.
I was
That was a bar. I listen. Nah, I appreciate you for pulling up. Like I said, we've known each other for a while. You've always been super real, super just down to earth, and I'm thankful for that. Of you giving me some of your time. Do you have any projects or anything like that you think you want to let people know about, or to catch on anything you got coming up in the near future?
Yes. I have a scene with Black Touch that's coming out. I don't know when it's coming out, but I do appreciate them for working with me. I gave them a script and they loved it, and they directed it and shot it and brought my vision to life. They're the first company. They're Black owned as well. BLK Touch. They're based out of Atlanta too. They have the equipment. The shit is cinematic. It looked like a movie. It's crazy. I can't wait till that come out. I do have them in mind for some ideas I want to shoot that I feel like they can handle, and we can really, really make some shit happen for real. I also have a book that I'm working on. I don't know when it's going to be released. I don't know what it's called, but it's to help content creators, particularly the ones in my industry. But if you're not, it can still apply to you. And it's just basically like a Bible to go reference to no matter where you are in your content creation life, whether you're just getting started, if you're in the middle, if you're rebranding, if you're in hiatus, or whatever it is, wherever you are in your career, it will be a good book. So I'm trying to make sure that I touch everything that I outlined for myself.
Man, no doubt. I appreciate that. Let me applaud you on that for sure. Uh,
Thank you.
I appreciate you for all that. And definitely do that book for show as well. Because I just actually just copped one of my boy Funk, his book that had to maneuver through manure. It was basically like, giving people insight on like what it's like to be in prison and giving them tips on how to survive in that. So I think this is another dope idea. So when you do come out with it, let me know. I'll definitely buy a copy, you know what I'm saying, and read it and digest that. And also feel free to hit me up if there's ever anything I can do to, what I mean, to support you and what you're doing. So I'm just definitely proud of you, of all you've been doing and all the work you've been putting in to be the best version of yourself and doing what you love, right? And I think, like I said, that's most important, is doing something that you love, you're comfortable with, you're proud of. And I definitely just appreciate you for taking time. Thank you to everybody who's watched, whether you watched, like I said, on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch Live, Instagram Live. I appreciate you. We had quite a few people coming through, leaving chat, leaving not as many comments today. I think they was just all listening and soaking up the knowledge. So I appreciate that. because there was a ton of people that came through for the IG live. But again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on the Wise Word Wednesday YouTube channel. I will catch y'all next time. Thanks again to my guest, NyNy Lew. Appreciate you for joining, y'all. We fresh, and I love you. Until next time.